All right, Chiefs Kingdom, buckle up because we've got some massive news brewing. If you've been dreaming of a reunion between Tyreek Hill and the Kansas City Chiefs, well, it looks like that dream might just be turning into reality. The Kansas City Chiefs are making waves right now, and if the latest rumors are true, we could be on the verge of witnessing one of the biggest moves in recent NFL history. Chiefs Kingdom, get ready, because there's a real possibility that Tyreek Hill is coming back to Kansas City. Just the thought of it is enough to send chills down the spine of every other team in the league. This is the kind of move that could change everything and put the Chiefs in position to dominate the NFL in a way we haven't seen in decades. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Tyreek Hill isn't just a great player. He's a game breaker, a human highlight reel, the kind of guy who strikes fear into defenses before he even steps on the field. His speed is unlike anything we've ever seen, and his ability to stretch the field forces defenses to make impossible choices. Do they double him and leave Travis Kelce open in the middle? Do they play zone and risk Hill burning them deep? Do they send extra pressure at Mahomes and hope he doesn't find a way to extend the play and launch 150 yards downfield for an easy touchdown? The reality is there's no good answer, and that's why the Chiefs' offense with Hill was one of the most unstoppable forces in football. If Hill returns to Kansas City, it would be a nightmare scenario for every defensive coordinator in the league. Just imagine Patrick Mahomes rolling out, scanning the field, and seeing Hill streaking down the sideline with a step on the defender. It's over. The defense knows it, the fans know it, and Mahomes definitely knows it. We've seen it so many times before, and if this move happens, we'll be seeing it again on a regular basis. But it's not just about the deep ball. Hill's ability to take a simple slant route and turn it into a 50-yard gain is what makes him so special. It's the kind of weapon that forces defenses to adjust their entire game plan. And when you combine that with the brilliance of Andy Reid's play calling, the possibilities become endless. Of course, making a move like this doesn't happen by accident. And that's where the Chiefs front office deserves a ton of credit. Brett Veach has been playing chess while the rest of the league plays checkers, and his latest move proves once again why he's one of the best general managers in the NFL. The decision to restructure Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones contracts was a masterstroke, freeing up a massive amount of cap space and putting the Chiefs in a position to make big moves this offseason. That extra financial flexibility, exactly what Kansas City needed to not only sign key free agents, but also position themselves for potential blockbuster trades. And let's talk about Mahomes for a second. This is a guy who could demand the biggest contract in NFL history and hold the team hostage financially if he wanted to. But instead, he continues to prioritize winning above everything else. He knows that his legacy isn't about how much money he makes. It's about how many rings he wins. And he's already secured his financial future. Now, it's all about building a dynasty, and that's exactly what he's doing by restructuring his deal and making sure the Chiefs have the resources to keep adding talent around him. Chris Jones is another key figure in all of this. He's been the heart and soul of the Chiefs defense for years, and his willingness to adjust his contract shows just how committed he is to keeping this team on top. He could have easily pushed for a bigger payday elsewhere, but instead, he made a decision that helps the entire roster. That kind of leadership is what separates good teams from great ones. With this extra cap space, the Chiefs have already started making moves, signing left tackle John Moore and cornerback Christian Fulton to shore up key positions. Protecting Mahomes is always priority number one, and Moore gives them a reliable presence on the offensive line. On the defensive side, Fulton adds depth to a secondary that will be crucial in slowing down the elite quarterbacks they'll face in the AFC. But the real question now is, who else could be coming to Kansas City? The Chiefs still have needs at wide receiver. And if Tyreek Hill doesn't end up making his way back, they could look to bring in another dynamic playmaker to complement Kelce and Rashee Rice. Another area to watch is the defensive line. We're adding more pass rushing depth could take the defense to another level. With this newfound financial flexibility, the Chiefs have plenty of options, whether it's through free agency or the NFL draft. Speaking of draft, the restructuring of Mahomes and Jones contracts doesn't just impact free agency. It changes how the Chiefs approach the draft as well. With some of their biggest needs already being addressed in free agency, the front office now has the luxury of taking the best player available rather than being forced to reach for a position of need. This is the kind of flexibility that allows a team to keep stacking talent year after year. And when you look at Brett Veach's track record, it's hard not to be excited about what he's going to do next. But let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. The Chiefs have already won 2 Super Bowls under Mahomes, and now they're setting the stage for something even bigger. They're chasing history. The last team to win 3 straight championships was the Green Bay Packers back in the 1960s. That's how rare this opportunity is. And if the Chiefs pull this off, they won't just be a great team, they'll be an all-time dynasty. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Right now, the energy around this team is electric. Chiefs Kingdom is fired up, and for good reason. Every move they've made this offseason has been calculated, strategic, and focused on one thing: winning another Super Bowl. The front office, the coaching staff, and the players are all aligned in their vision. And when you have that kind of unity, it's a dangerous combination for the rest of the league. On the defensive side of the ball, one of the most intriguing targets the Chiefs are eyeing is Ty Robinson from the University of Nebraska. Robinson, standing at 6'6" and weighing 310 pounds, brings a combination of size, strength, and athleticism that could make him a disruptive force in the NFL. His ability to penetrate offensive lines and apply pressure to opposing quarterbacks fits perfectly with the Chiefs' defensive needs. The Chiefs have been looking to bolster their defensive front, and Robinson's versatility could make him an immediate contributor in their scheme. With his combination of power and quickness, Robinson can help take the Chiefs' defense to another level, providing much needed depth to the defensive line. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are also turning their attention to the wide receiver position, where there could be a shift in personnel. The team has shown interest in adding young talent to support Patrick Mahomes, especially with the potential departure of key receivers in free agency. The Chiefs have been eyeing wide receivers at the NFL Combine who could offer Mahomes more explosive options downfield. With the Chiefs' offense revolving around Mahomes' arm strength and creativity, bringing in a dynamic playmaker at wide receiver could elevate the offense even further. The team's front office knows that finding reliable targets beyond Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice is crucial to maintaining their offensive explosiveness. And the 2025 draft could provide them with the chance to bring in a young, talented wideout who can make an immediate impact. Additionally, the Chiefs are also preparing for a potential future without one of the most iconic tight ends in the NFL, Travis Kelce. Kelce, who has been the focal point of the Chiefs' passing attack for years, has contemplated retirement, leading the team to explore potential replacements. One name that has surfaced as a potential heir to Kelce's throne is Colston Loveland from Michigan. Loveland's impressive college career and his ability to create mismatches against defenders have positioned him as a strong candidate for the role. His size, hands, and route running ability make him a fitting successor to Keels, and the Chiefs are keen on drafting him to ensure that they maintain a strong presence at the tight end position in the years to come. While the team is focusing on adding talent through the draft, the Chiefs are also navigating critical trade rumors that could reshape their roster. One of the biggest names being discussed in trade talks is DK Metcalf from the Seattle Seahawks. Metcalf, a two-time Pro Bowler, is entering the final year of his contract with Seattle, and with the emergence of other receivers in the Seahawks system, the possibility of a trade has become more likely. Metcalf's combination of size, speed, and playmaking ability would provide Mahomes with another explosive weapon on offense, making the Chiefs even more dangerous. Adding talent like Metcalf could elevate the Chiefs' offense to an entirely new level, giving Mahomes a downfield threat to complement Kelce and the other playmakers around him. Another potential move that Chiefs fans have been dreaming about is a reunion with former star Tyreek Hill, who now plays for the Miami Dolphins. Despite the Dolphins' public statements downplaying the likelihood of a trade, there are still analysts who believe that a reunion could be in the cards. Hill's speed and ability to stretch the field made him one of the most dangerous weapons in the NFL during his time in Kansas City, and his familiarity with the Chiefs system and chemistry with Mahomes would make for an ideal fit. If Hill returns, the Chiefs' offense would become even more potent, and defenses would have no chance of containing their explosive attack. These potential trades and draft picks are crucial as the Chiefs look to remain competitive while pursuing a third Super Bowl title. However, the team's financial flexibility will play a significant role in their ability to make these moves. The Chiefs are currently facing salary cap challenges, sitting about $16.09 million over the cap for the 2025 season. To address this, the team has been working on restructuring contracts for key players. Patrick Mahomes, ever the team player, has already agreed to restructure his deal, freeing up $2.06 million in cap space. This move will allow the Chiefs to enter the offseason with more breathing room and help them retain key players and potentially make big roster improvements. Despite the restructuring, the Chiefs remain committed to winning another Super Bowl. With Mahomes, Chris Jones, and Andy Reid at the helm, the team's core is strong, and their commitment to maintaining a championship caliber roster is evident. The Chiefs are not just looking for short-term success. They are building a dynasty. The addition of more playmakers and depth to the roster will only make the team more formidable as they continue their pursuit of history. This offseason will be critical for the Chiefs as they attempt to make a historic run for a third consecutive Super Bowl title, something only the Green Bay Packers have done in the modern NFL. With the financial flexibility gained from restructuring contracts, the Chiefs are in prime position to strengthen their roster through both trades and the draft. The front office has a clear vision for the future, and their ability to make strategic moves will be a key factor in keeping Kansas City at the top of the NFL for years to come. As always, the Chiefs fans are buzzing with excitement, and the potential for big moves has everyone on the edge of their seats. With Mahomes leading the charge, the sky's the limit for this team. What do you think about the Chiefs draft strategy and trade rumors? Should the team pursue a trade for DK Metcalf or bring back Tyreek Hill? And how do you feel about the possibility of moving to a new stadium? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates from Chiefs Kingdom.